Here's my problem with the Berserk community. You see, the Berserk community is very toxic. We like to talk about things like Griffith and Guts and the dichotomy of these two characters being the duality of each other, the duality of humanity. But which one of you geniuses really know what the frick you're talking about? So today in the episode of One in the Berserk, I'm going to cover what you're talking about. The duality of Guts and Griffith. The duality of Guts and Griffith is a very complex scheme in Kentaro Miura's writing. But what exactly is the duality of human nature, or mankind? The duality of human nature is the idea that every single human being has a good and evil within them, or often displayed in writing as two different characters, the good version of one and the evil version as the other. So now you can see, if you've ever read the manga Berserk, why some might define Griffith as duality of Guts, or Guts the duality of Griffith. Now you see in Guts versus Griffith version 2, the last time they have fought, whenever they came to a stalemate, or you could say that Guts beat Griffith, Griffith was so distraught by this defeat, because how could he be defeated by someone who's his equivalent, but he has a better moral compass than him? And that is how Griffith thinks in Berserk. So Griffith, being the Griffith he is, sacrificed all his loved ones because he is the duality of Guts, who would not sacrifice all his loved ones for anything. Now, most will say that how is he a duality, or how is Guts a duality of Griffith, if Guts isn't so necessarily good himself? He has done plenty of bad things, forcing Casca to live, killing the children of Mist Valley, betraying the Hawk. Some would say he betrayed the Hawk, I say he didn't. Attempting infanticide and assassinating Adonis, which he didn't mean to do. He didn't know what was on the other side of the door. Griffith has done terrible things, but some would even go as far to say as Griffith is the good one in this duality, and that Guts is the bad one for not submitting to Griffith and understanding his point of view after being mutilated and tortured. And some would say that Guts was terrible for taking Casca from Griffith, and that's why Griffith fell into the pit he is in now. But for the next couple minutes, I'll explain to you why both sides are in the right because of the writing that Miura does. See, Miura created these two characters to be a duality of each other, in my belief, and he's done a great job by that. But is the duality always a fine line between good and bad? There's no such thing as a fine line between good and bad. Good and bad to one person might be good and bad to another person. Bad might be good, good might be bad. It's a difference in opinion and moral compass. Now, Griffith's moral compass is more self-served, but also, in his self-serving, he likes to help others. In the newest arc of the manga, Griffith actually helps a lot of humans by killing the giant monster that threatened to destroy the world, otherwise known as Ganishka. Now, by defeating Ganishka, he let the spirits roam free in the normal human world with everyone that hadn't been seeing it. But Guts had already been living in this world, he and his posse had at least, and this was just a new thing for most people. And so, in doing this, he created a world where he could protect everyone, and everyone needed his protection. Now, if that's not self-serving, I don't know what is. Now, here comes the duality. Guts would not sacrifice his loved ones for any reason because he wouldn't want to live with the guilt. Technically, that is self-serving to himself also. He couldn't live with the guilt of killing his friends, so why sacrifice? Now, if he didn't feel the guilt, would he sacrifice all of his friends? Would Guts have even killed Ganishka if he didn't have the guilt of unleashing spirits onto the realm and making everyone's life a living hell? I don't think Guts would. Now, that's where the duality comes in, of splitting Guts and Griffith in half. Griffith is the half of Guts that would not feel any guilt for sacrificing his loved ones and killing Ganishka and unleashing evils onto the world of normal people. So as you can see, we covered the duality that of guilt and that of a moral compass, but what of that of their actions? When Griffith uses the bailiff, he unleashes evil onto his friends. But in his mind, he didn't unleash any evil onto his friends. In Griffith's mind, he's doing the right thing for everybody. Everybody loved Griffith, is what he thinks. So why wouldn't everybody want to sacrifice themselves for Griffith, even going as far to saying that they would sacrifice themselves for him? He knew that's what they would want to do. What's different in doing it in a terrible, hell, rape way? Now, you see, in my opinion, Guts wouldn't have done this. Guts would have rather died himself, and that is the duality of actions. And I think that the duality of actions is the most important dichotomy between these two characters, separating them so vividly. At the end of the day, Guts is the good, Griffith is the bad. Change my mind in the comments below if you don't agree with me, and make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.